for confusion chebi akoso NPP headquarters the new patriotic party trying to awa e de kano osono amanyoko NPP na abusia for eyi ben ho asem na meken ana se eyi chencheche ben ho asem na meken ni na ne se ye mampani abedi akire Dr. Bawumia abusia for ana ene Emma mechemu papa yi afa papa bia ni din e de NAPO se omeye ne running mate anase na bedi akire se nyame na dom na otimi fa abato na beto 2024 ye eda yenimu ya na when NPP for se no omonti ase se ntia na wafa NAPO se omra emeye na bedi akire even Kennedy akompra ko Japan krampo ye den ewo ho adetin akofa ahaya kasa TV subscribe na like na share mema rem Facebook mi odomo so de betuma onso nya bi ahwe eti
TV host Paladomo chere onu so tumi se NPP no ka se mu ma kakra de go de ebu mu se 90% na ebi wom I bedu say vice president as say running mate flag bearer for the NPP no obedi running mate obi as say running mate dey o maka on part no say was say team or Ashanti region nti ebeye ya o say odichum minister for education and na ebeye way minister for energy matter go prepare for we diluting in some almost compare the two I was comparing matter go prepare to man in education into Muse. That comparison media, yentimi enye kwa na say, some up Paladomo chere so can concerning running mate for Dr. Bawumia.
This pair is the reason why Jenana Opoku-Agyeman may be changed. I'm giving this to you viewers tonight. Take it. If ever Jenana Opoku-Agyeman is changed as John Mohammed's running mate, it will be because of the fright of this pair. The NDC have held a meeting and they are particularly frightened about this Dr. Educhum and Jenana Opoku-Agyeman situation. So we ask the question that on education curricular development, whom do you trust? If Osaya Educhum is the candidate for the NPP running mate, Jenana Opoku-Agyeman is the candidate for the NDC, both of them have been ministers for education. That's all Jenana Opoku-Agyeman has done in politics anyway. She was vice chancellor of the University of Cape Coast, the first ever female vice chancellor. Congratulations to her. We love her for that. But she was minister for education as well under John Dramani Mahama. And the data of education is there. How many people wrote SSE? How many people passed? How many went through free SHS? How many did this? Who has influenced policy? Who understands education policy? Education is a feature of the people who are voting. The people who are voting are looking for education for their children. So this is going to be a very awesome comparison between Jenana Opoku-Agyeman and Educhum if Educhum becomes. What are people saying? They are thinking that the NDC should change Jenana Opoku-Agyeman. Otherwise, if this argument comes in, Jenana Opoku-Agyeman falls flat at the feet of Educhum. No Ghanaian, they say, I don't know, people are saying, no Ghanaian, they say, will look at Educhum and Jenana Opoku-Agyeman and think that Jenana Opoku-Agyeman is superior to Educhum on education policy. Zero. Even the most core NDC person will admit that on this comparison, Educhum floors Jenana Opoku-Agyeman. I don't know. This is not our view. This is a view of what people are saying. We have not said our view. We'll say our view at some point, okay? But this is not our view. This is the view of people, okay? Now, what is your view? A view? Are you a viewer? What is your view? Tell us. Let's shift it on. Yes. In the other event that NAPO is made the running mate, again, he's been Minister for Education for 4 years. Jenana Opoku-Agyeman has been Minister of Education for 4 years. The comparison is going to come again. Who do you trust on education policy and curricular development? NAPO is here. He has a record of education, 17 to 21. Jenana Opoku-Agyeman has a record, 13 to 17. Would you trust our education? Is education important to Ghanaians at all? I believe the answer is yes. It's always important to everyone, especially these days. Now, if you're going to hand over the reins of a government of government to a group of people, you have to check what their education strength is. Maybe John Mahama can be president and can have a fantastic education minister. We don't know. But for the purpose of the election, we are looking at record. Because this election is going to be about record. Nobody is coming in afresh. Nobody is coming in anew. Nobody is coming in without experience. Nobody is coming in without having been there before. They've all been there before. And they are competing against each other again. So NAPO has a record for education. Jenana Opoku-Agyeman has a record for education. We're going to pull up that record. I think this coverage is very simple for media. If we want to do our work the way we have to, it's very simple. It's record versus record, record versus record, record versus record. I remember ahead of 2020 elections, I interviewed President Akufo-Addo in the studio when we opened the studio. And he said that election is a simple matter. I have been president for 4 years. John Mahama has been president for 4 years. It's a straight comparison of record. His record, my record. It's as simple as that. It didn't surprise me then that in areas like Central Region, where the NDC won the parliament, the people gave the presidency to Akufo-Addo. Because comparing the record of Akufo-Addo 4 years, the record of John Mahama, the Ghanaian people felt that Akufo-Addo's record was better. Even though they were unhappy with certain things, COVID has come, there was difficulty, parliamentary elections had gone the other way, but Akufo-Addo still stood tall and won a straight first round over John Mahama, because I believe the Ghanaian people had him as the honest person. He came and said, I have nothing to hide. Look at my record. Take John Mahama's record. John Mahama was able to do something with these Okada issues.
For multi or compare ya say the chum with Mammy Jane. Oh yes, also compare Mammy Jane with way or Google Grandpa Matthew Engines as the million or two as a name of wine and I'll talk about them on the also call a year for Thai region. Oh, you believe if you heard the by so no swear any bar. Only one while be maybe BT Pocket Prempe, Matthew Prempe, and now I was saying to months no matter who your Mahama brings them, nobody can meet these two men. But what are your thoughts? Yes, I'm to answer this way.
Okada issues which were not part of his record, but he raised it, and we believe that he got some votes out of that, which is okay. But Akufo-Addo said it's my record. Now, if 2020 was about record, 2024 is going to be about record times 2 or record squared. It's going to be record versus record. So here it is. Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, what is her record at education? Why is she having a claim to the running mate? If she becomes the running mate, why must she have a claim to the vice presidency? What is the record? Ghanaians had ever given her the opportunity. She did. She became education minister. What happened? Ghanaians have ever given NAPO the nod. He's a member of parliament. He became education minister. Now he's energy minister. What happened? That's what we're going to deal with, isn't it? Okay, let's move on and see whether there are some differences. As a result of that, there's a high call that Kwame Wadako should replace Jenana Opoku-Agyeman because they don't want the bashing on education to hit the presidential ticket. That's the NDC PR that is thinking now. They don't want the bashing on education to afflict, that's the word I'm looking for. Yes, the NDC doesn't want the bashing on education to afflict the presidential ticket. Because if you have Jenana Opoku-Agyeman and John Mahama, education may afflict the NDC tickets if NAPO is chosen or Educhum is chosen. It's going to be a big conversation about education. And if the NDC loses the education argument, it's not good for the ballot. Because Ghanaians are concerned about education, so you cannot lose the education argument. You can't. NDC will still have to fight for the education argument. They have to say that free SHS didn't work, the food that they give the people is not good, and the people who are day students, the food they give them is not nice, and sometimes the boarders don't have a place to stay, and the children are at home more months than they are not, so free SHS is not good. They may say that, but that would be a very, very difficult argument to sustain, because there are many, many more beautiful free SHS stories, thousands more. In any case, 1.8 million people by the next election have been educated on free SHS. Are you going to tell them that it was wrong? 1.8 million young people of the ages between 14 and 18 have gone to school on the taxpayers' money, never heard of in any African country. Never ever heard of. And it's every school. The best schools in Ghana, you go there for free. Wesley Girls, you go there free. Achimota, you go there free. Presec, you go there free. St. Peter's, you go there free. St. Augustine's, Disadel, Aquinas, Laboni, Prempe College, you go there for free. Never ever heard of it was not possible. That's what everybody said. We all believed it. And the NDC thought it was not possible.